Hey everyone, your girl is here. So coming to you guys today now. It's now officially 8:40. I'm very happy and excited. I have a 3-mile run planned. So obviously my goal is set for 3 miles. So very happy and excited to see how I do with all of that. I did want to come on quickly and share. I just heard the hummingbird in here, which means that what we're going to do is after my run, we're going to do like a post-run endurance kind of test and skill, and we're gonna see if that hummingbird nest is being used up there, right, up the hill here a little bit. So anyhow, until then, I want to kind of like move on in here close to the railroad tracks and see if we can hear them again, because I just heard them as soon as I came in. But doesn't look like they're gonna come back, so probably just go ahead and get on my run. But did want to come on and show that. Here we go. Guys, look at this. Guys, look at this. Oh my gosh. No way. Hey everyone. Hey everyone, your girl is here. Let me get my hair back, make sure it's good. I think I was like this at one pose too. Wait, do you guys hear that? So anyhow guys, if you guys did just hear that, that is the hummingbird. They're around here somewhere. What we're gonna do is, it's too messy in on that side, so we're gonna walk on over there and try to find it, the nest, and then like I said, we're gonna walk on up that road and check the nest that's already here. I don't actually know if they reuse them or if it hasn't been like severely disturbed, if they just like, you know, remake up the nest or whatever. But holy cow guys, that was amazing to do 3 miles now here on Friday, literally just 2 days after I did one on Wednesday. Obviously my Anthem made it super easy, so I hit the 2-mile mark pretty much as soon as Tattoo started, which obviously you guys know is my Anthem. So yes, that obviously made my last mile a 9:49, which was like 30 seconds faster than you know, all my other stuff. So I'm very happy and excited with all of that. So we're officially gonna go ahead now and try to find that last hummingbird nest. So that'll be good. So is that it? No, that's an airplane. It's like, what in the heck's that noise? But yeah guys, there's like nobody really here ever. I did see 2 people walking whenever I came in, but after that, that was pretty much it, honestly. I definitely like this because you wouldn't think that you're just off the main road, but you are, which is kind of nice. So anyhow guys, let's go ahead, let's walk on in here. I don't actually know where you have to go, so we're just gonna walk together because over there it's just too icky, right? So and too wet. So we'll officially we'll try to see. I think you can get in over there, so we'll walk in over here and see if we can find this hummingbird nest, guys. And then like I said, we'll go check the cardinal eggs, oh, and the other robin nest that I found. So here we go. It'll be good guys, it'll be real good. So like I said, it's just been raining too much. Yeah, and you actually can't get over there. Alright guys, so I'm not gonna crawl. See, there has to be another way I'm missing. Can you go in through here? No. Not in through here. See, guys, it's just too icky in there. See, but it was definitely buzzing right on the other side of all of this. So, I don't know. That's crazy. And then also another thing that's crazy, I'll show you guys this. On this side over here, there's a bird's nest. So, you guys can see it. But it looks like something was gnawing at it. And it went away. So, anyhow, guys, I'm officially going to go ahead here and get up over the bank. You guys can also see all the nice purple flowers that we have. They're obviously not Pennsylvania's. Or maybe they are. Mountain laurel. Yeah, mountain laurel, I believe, is purple. It's mountain laurel. That's Pennsylvania's flower. I wonder what South Carolina's is. Oh, there's a oriole somewhere. But yeah, especially with not as a lot of human, like, contact with nature around here, it's really, really good too, you know, because you have the birds who are willing to build nests, right? Because they're not going to get, like, super disturbed a lot. So that's cool. Obviously, especially seeing that bear going to Coudersport, that was wild, guys. Freaking wild. So, yeah. We'll just keep walking here. Maybe we'll see a bear ourselves. You don't know. So, keep an eye out for these bird eggs. And do both angles. So, on my way walking back, I'll do some bird eggs. So, alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get up here on the hill a little bit. And then I'll be right back on with you guys. Here we go. It's a rather steep hill and it has been wet recently, so just let me get up there by myself. Here we go. Alright guys, here I am now. And you guys can see nothing. So unfortunately guys, there are no hummingbirds in that nest, which is a bummer, but we're going to keep walking up here and seeing if we can find any other bird's nest. And then, like I said, we'll go put out my camera, and then we'll officially find another nice little spot here, coming up here, for the bird eggs checks. So, here we go. So, I decided, I thought I was going to sneeze, so I decided that what we would do is we would walk to the next most relevant location, just up the road, and just kind of see, you know, what's here. And then if not, we'll go check those, that new robin's nest that I found, and we'll go check, you know, sorry, I'm really tuned into listening to them and seeing them, because where they hop from is usually a good indicator. So yes, we'll figure out, you know, the cardinals. Them 6 cardinals. Guys, that is crazy. I have no idea how in the heck they have 6 on the freaking nest. Like, that is crazy. So, we'll officially just come down here on the back side of all of this. You know, I mean, you have to think like a bird, right? So, that's obviously how people hunt animals, right? You have to think like them and say, okay, well, what's going to draw them in? Right? What are they going to think is a good meal, right? Then boom, they come in, right? So you have to think like them. Is there anything in there? No. I hear a cardinal back in there, but you guys see that brown spot in there? See, and that's, I probably just didn't film the way that I should, because, well, like I said, it's harder, right, when you're flipping it around, right? But obviously, when I was doing, right, my thing on Monday, that was a thing of just real quick, right? Like, I wasn't wanting to show you guys, right, the whole kit and caboodle, right, just bent right over, right? Yeah, So that was kind of good there. But whenever it comes to this stuff, you want people to see what you're seeing, right? And so it's, it's a negative in this case if I use this camera, just flip it around, and I don't have it at the right angle. But yeah, guys, there's just nothing here. So we're officially going to go put out my trail cam and check on that updated robin's nest and cardinal nest. So here we go. Alright guys, so officially now back in my car. I'm going to go ahead and drive to my trail cam put out location and the other 2 bird egg checks. I did want to come on and share. I was obviously watching my video walking back. And yes, the South Carolina flower is yellow jessamine. And I was very, very close. I obviously was near a lot of yellow flowers, but I wasn't near the yellow jessamine. And obviously as well, a lot of the mountain laurel comes on, they look like they're vines from the honeysuckle, but they're distinct because they're white. And they don't really expand out like really big time, but they are like expanded out a little bit, and then they have all those like antennas, right, sticking out. So that's the mountain laurel. So again, they kind of come on plants. And I actually showed you guys mountain laurel. Yeah, it was last year, right around this time, I think. Remember I had found that deer, right, that fawn. Remember that? And I put out my trail cam there, and it took me like an hour, right, from my last location that I used to live at. It took me like just over an hour to get there. Do you guys remember that? And then I woke up the next morning, and it was like, oh my god, I don't even remember how early it was, but it was early. I know you guys remember that, and I went and got it, just because it was over an hour, and I mean, think about it. You could be 20 minutes away when somebody's taking it, right? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to be at the right place at the right time, right? So, just, I don't know why there was that irrational fear, right? So I guess if we wanted to play, ask me questions, right? Well, what's your... Oh, it's a freaking train. What on God's green earth was that? Whew. Yes, okay, guys. I'm good, alright. Anyhow, guys. So, yes. It's a really short train, though. But anyhow, so like I had said, it's one of those things of, what's your biggest irrational fear? Well, when it comes to my hobbies, that is one of my hobby irrational fears, right? It's not really an irrational fear, but it's an irrational in the sense of minutes, right? Because, you could literally be 10 minutes away, right? And somebody's grabbing it, right? And then 10 minutes is enough for you not to see them. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's, irrational. But anyhow, guys, I'm officially going to go ahead and get going. Just want to come on and share that little update. And, yeah, we'll officially go ahead and keep rolling here. So anyhow, talk to you guys soon. First time sharing an irrational fear question with you guys. Friday will be one of the snippets of today's video. Talk to you guys later in the title. Hey everyone, your girl is here. Coming to you guys this morning now. It's officially 6:38. I'm gonna go ahead and strip my bed. Obviously it's Friday. I wanted to come on and share that cool little thing that I did with you guys. So obviously I put that in front, right, of the little light, and then I'm able to charge it, and then I don't have my blonde moments. So fantastic blonde cure Friday, we'll call it. So far, obviously. So yeah, that'll be at least one of today's title little snippets. So anyhow, guys, I'm gonna continue stripping my bed. I'll talk to you guys at breakfast. Spent that week wide open, upside down beside the ocean. No, guys, actually, we're not going to be doing anything. We're not going to be flipping anything upside down. We might be putting phones in the air, right? But not like his one song, payback picture, right? I'll send it to my ex, right? Tell him we ain't going home alone tonight, right? Which is a negative way of coping, right, with alcohol, right? So came here to forget, obviously a negative way of coping, right? So yes. Anyhow, guys, we're officially going to go ahead here, get some bird egg checks done. You guys would not believe it, but there are deer literally right out here. I'm going to show you. Look. Here. Boom. There it is, guys. Boom, boom, boom. Even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. Watch. I bet you as soon as I shut off my car, it runs like hell. No, it doesn't. I guess that person who had their trail camera must have got some good films. Ready? As soon as I get out. There they go. The deer that I saw last year in Virginia, guys. Yeah, Virginia. Actually coming up here in about 4 months, right? 5 and 4 is 9, yeah. So, yeah, right around that. Oh my God, guys. No, Virginia deer were much nicer though. Anyhow, talk to you guys soon. Hey everyone, your girl lives here. So it took me a little bit, but I officially finally got it. So there it was. You know, a good little spot hidden for it. So curious to see how it does there, you know. So I might try to, you know, break out some other places, right? Once I figure out, you know, how it turns out, right? So yeah, other than that, guys, we're officially going to go check this remaining cardinals, and then we'll officially be done here for today. Then Graham and I will get together and do our stuff. So once I get out here with you guys, I'll be back on with you guys. Talk to you guys soon. Checking the robins along the way. This will be good enough for a screenshot, and here we go. Alright guys, it's almost time for cardinal check. There was one little nest walking in here, but it was on its side. Guys, look, indigo bunting. Ooh guys, it's a good sign. Very, very, very good sign, guys. Let's see if we can find the indigo bunting. I actually don't know what their eggs look like. Ooh. There goes the female. Female cardinal. Alright guys, let's check it out. Oh, only one. She must have did this on purpose. There we go, I'll just do that. Guys, where's, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the 6? Where's the one laying on top of the other? I can't tell, but we're gonna get, yeah, they're both out there. Okay guys, we're gonna make that quick. So let's go try to find this indigo bunting. I'm gonna walk up here a little bit further and get away from her nest. So anyhow, here we go. Oh my God. Wow, guys, look. See on my arm? That is all of those, it literally sounds like rain. Holy cow, that's crazy. So anyhow, guys, I'm officially now about halfway from where, you guys remember last Super Lush Life 2024 flashback, and it was actually, no, that was actually around August. Yeah, right around August. But you guys remember where I started with the Barbie movie, right? And then I worked my way down. So I'm obviously doing on the inside first, and then we'll officially walk back the front side. But it doesn't look like there's anything, and you guys can't see it that well, but it is insane the amount of, there we go, now you guys can see it. So switch to the front side now, and then you know, like I said, we'll get up there and then we'll work our way back, and that'll be that. So anyhow, I'll talk to you guys soon. Yeah, as soon as I get out here, just so I don't trip and fall. I actually scraped my knee. Go back and show you guys. It was brutal. Right, there it is. And never showed you guys as well. I can show you guys me cutting myself shaving again. I don't know why I always cut down here on this leg shaving, but I did. So, anyhow guys, we'll officially get out here into the field, walk to the front, and then, oh, look at all this stuff in my hair. And then walk up there, and then we'll be back with you guys. But I'll show you guys what it was. It was kind of like lodged in there just right. And I thought it was just, you know, in there and I could like kick it down. But it was in the ground. So I went and ones are good. So anyhow guys, let's get on up here. Be right back on with you guys. Hey guys, look familiar? It should. Yeah, pretty familiar. So anyhow guys, this is where I was, right, when I was doing my berry picking after the Barbie movie. But unfortunately I don't see any birds. So we'll just officially call it quits. And I'll film that bluebird nest. I'll film the other nest that I talked about that was out there on my way in here, into this right here, this spot right here. So, yep. Anyhow, I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, I just spooked one off. It's literally sitting right down in here. See it over there? There it is on the ground. Where is it? Down in here. Here, let's cheat. Down like eye level. Can't even see it, guys. It's definitely there. The heck? Give me a quick second, guys. Guys, I don't see it. She's definitely right in here. She hopped out. I don't see it. That's so weird. Let's check over here. She also could have just been down in there too. You know? I think that's what it was, guys. Anyhow, let's keep walking. Alright guys, here they are again. I don't see any nests though. What the heck? You know, watch me come through here in the fall. And it be exactly like I had told the change in front of me one. Watch it be like that. Watch. Just watch it be like that, guys. Here, I'll show you guys. Nothing. So who knows, guys? We'll see in the fall time if I was right with what I had told the change in front of me one. We'll see if that ends up being the case. So, alright guys, we'll keep walking out here. I'll talk to you guys soon. Alright guys, time for the final robin here. Is she up on here? Oh my god, she is. Guys, how in the hell does she sit in here? Just real quick. Come on, Alyssa, hurry up. I think. Alright guys, so we're right by my camera. Look. I thought it would just kick over, but it didn't. So, see? It's really in there. Anyhow, I'll talk to you guys when I get home. Well, alrighty then, guys. Alrighty then. I definitely have a big time stalker, guys. Yes, I have a stalker indeed, guys. This is crazy. Alright guys, so here they are. There it is, Momo. Robin egg. They're from Korea, Momo. Real good, Momo. Real good and strong. You know, I'm surprised the population stays so damn high, Mumu. There's another shooting, you know? You're right. It's a hub for Pittsburgh. They leave Pittsburgh and go there. Remember that one? Well, they do Philly, too. Because remember those people that were transported drugs from Philly over there? And I was like, why the hell are they driving 4 damn hours? And that's what that is. It's a hub for Philly and Pittsburgh, I guess. Philly's probably worse, though,
I don't know.
than Pittsburgh.
I know that there's just a terrible drug problem. Now, when you talk that over,
I know, be careful, obviously.
make
There's a lot
sure you're taking used support.
Yep. Well, where was it that you were visiting Terry and they told you, the construction workers told you?
Yeah, we were going to Pittsburgh.
No, you were going to Philly, you said, visiting Terry.
Philly,
Yeah.
and we got lost, and I would have to look at the calendar and the map, and I remember it right off the top of my head. I can't remember.
But that guy told you, you know, better just leave here.
He said, you get out of this neighborhood as fast as you can. And I know that place was awful.
Yep, he's being real. I know. That's bad moment. Huh. I know. I know. I know. I know. I know. That's not cool. You know? You know, that's an instance where you need to bitch and get the town cops to cover that area too. You know? I know. You've been on the planet long enough to know what the hell's going on. That's right, Momo. Alright guys, it's now officially 6:24. I'm officially going to go ahead here and end the segment for tonight. Obviously, tomorrow morning it'll start with Graham and I. We're going to do our fence, so I'll make sure I show you guys that and keep you guys updated with how well it does, keeping out all of the, you know, the leaves, because that is the purpose of that. We have the wind that just like whirls around and like a whirlpool and like shoots it back this way. It's so weird all the time. Even when the wind is blowing, it would be north, right? North. This way is north. So even when it's blowing north, they still end up blowing in here. So we'll officially go ahead and show you guys that tomorrow. I just want to get this video up for sure. Also, I did just get done with Hamburg barbecue, as you guys saw. So, I did have one real quick addition as well from earlier. So, even like last night, I kind of got that feeling from the guy. He was just like, I was like, well, you know, what is the customer service number? And he's just like, oh, well, that's on the back of your card, you know, it goes into the customer care, whatever, and, you know, their hours of operation are, and it's just like, you know, like, I don't know if it's just that they just deal with so many people, right, and they can't deal with that number of call volumes, and if that's the case, well, you don't like that job, you can find a different job, you have that right, you know, and if you get offended at that, you know, that's all the more reason why maybe you shouldn't, because you aren't able to take a step back, right? Like I said, you know, when somebody says something to you trying to help you out, and yeah, it might be a little bit offensive at first, but, you know, maybe you should take a step back, right? And think of something productive to say. Or you can just be miserable. The choice is yours, right? So, like, yeah, I don't know why you have to be such a freaking disgrace, right, to healthcare, right? Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I mean, maybe instead of getting all uptight, right, maybe you should be productive or just be miserable. The choice is yours, right? And then, you know, try to drive home, you know, that, you know, humans have jobs helping other humans for a reason, right? Yes, so, anyhow, guys, yeah, so like I said, it was just, some of the people that they do, you know, it's just like, they clearly shouldn't be employees, you know, and, you know, again, you know, because if you can't handle, you know, I mean, you probably deal with, on average, a phone call is probably like 5, so let's just say 20 people in an hour, times 8 hours, 8 times 2 is 16, 160 people, you know, I mean, if you can't handle that, 160 people is probably, I want to say maybe about 5 times more than what you deal with at a Pirates game, right? For example, you know, you have to say, oh, excuse me, sorry, coming through, you know. Obviously, I had to do that with whenever I missed my seat up, right? And they didn't have this, oh my god, you're stupid persona. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just oh, I'm genuinely sorry, you know, and they could tell that I was genuinely mistaken, right, with my seat. I wasn't being a stuck-up bitch, right? When I was saying, oh yeah, okay, I'm sorry, just give me a quick second here, let me get these, I'm so sorry, right? Like, they could tell I was serious, right? You know, that I just made the wrong choice, right? You know, because of my other ball games that I went to, right? So yeah, you know, so it's like, you know, there needs to be better ways that they can figure out, you know, if you're a good candidate or not, you know. Yeah, so anyhow, guys, this isn't just a Sunday sermon, although we're getting close to Sunday, right? Just 2 days away. So maybe we'll elaborate on that for like a Sunday sermon kind of thing, you know. And I'll maybe try to find something for a Saturday session tomorrow. So anyhow, guys, I'll officially, like I said, go ahead and get going. I do have another Francesca video pulled up, so I'll officially go ahead and get to that here tonight. Here, my productive day 1 year ago, so obviously right around the time, you know, that she's making all of those different statements, so, you know, can to see if she's actually getting better, and just, you know, also maybe comment as well if I notice that she, yeah, if, you know, you know what I'm saying, notice if other people are saying, you know, anything too. But that's not an instance where, oh, I'll wait until everybody else starts to say something, right? No, that's an instance where you be the one to start the conversation. Oh, I'll wait for someone else to say it, and then I'll like a comment, and then I'll post something myself. No, how about you don't do that whenever she's talking about something like that? So yes, anyhow, and also, last Super Lush Life, I did talk about finding something better to do with your life, right? So speaking of what I had said last night, right, going off of what I just said, right, about at what point do you stop with your, oh my god, right, taken back, and you take back another way, right, and you own it, right, you know, yes, so it's like, yeah, right, well, your life is supposed to be doing something good, right, and productive, right, humans have jobs helping other humans, right, you know, I feel some type of way. You know, I could have became an atheist after he didn't return on April 8, 2024. I seriously thought he was after the lightning show, right, that I saw, right? And it said immediately after the tribulation of those days, well, the past started at the international date line, right? I'd say that's immediately, if you ask me. The sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light. Well, the only way for that to happen is a total solar eclipse, right? I could have became an atheist a lot of times in my life, but I didn't, right? So, that's something that, again, hopefully, you can just work past and do a good job, right? And realize that life has a purpose, right? So, if you're not doing your life, then you need to go find a new life. Hence, go find something better to do with your life, right? So, yeah, right? Go find something better to do with your life, right? So, anyhow, guys, I'm officially going to go ahead here and end, like I said. But I just want to come on and do that mini Sunday sermon, or fire, like a fire. I'm trying to think of something like, you're on fire for a Sunday sermon, right? Or fired up, right? Partially fired, but it's not like you know what I'm saying by like fired up, right? Just how, in your heart. What do you mean in your heart? Well, they're talking about spiritual hearts, right? And you can't see the spiritual realm if you don't have on. Think of it like a 3D. Think of it like a 3D movie, right? You can't see the 3D movie unless you have on your 3D glasses, right? So you can't see the spiritual realm unless you have on your spiritual realm, meaning your spiritual body, right? So, yes, I'm on fire for preaching mode or something like that. You guys get the point. Anyhow, just so this doesn't end up being 10 minutes, I'm already at 7:45. I'll officially go ahead and get going here to end tonight, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.